Hey friends, so the 16th gene key goes from the shadow of indifference to the city of mastery through the gift of versatility. And this one is crucial because we could say that indifference is the most devastating of shadows, and one that we are becoming crucially aware of in this modern world at this moment in time, and that is a blessing indeed. Because indifference kills the human spirit, it kills humanity, it separates us, it renders us incapable of feeling self and feeling what we call other. It's all one and the same, really. But the shadow of indifference basically completely smothers the soul and prevents the soul, therefore, from breathing and from expressing itself. And what is the soul? You know, the soul is it's about love, it's about passion, it's about truth, it's about purity, it's about beauty, all these attributes of the divine that we know in our hearts are intrinsic to creation, whether it be of a baby or of a project, of a work of art, of a relationship, of whatever it is that we are creating, because we are creators. My dog is creating barks. And so indifference, and remember, all the lower frequency shadow states are basically the results of fear that is not transcended, that is basically dominating the awareness of whoever's feeling it, which is basically what the ego is made of. It's kind of like the soul, the spirit that animates us, our being, our consciousness, has a capacity to, this creative capacity has actually created the ego and then gotten lost in the creation, you know? So it's kind of like there's this rogue element of the personality that has been invested and that is imbued with a modicum of consciousness of the animating principle of life, which, you know, with the human vehicle is capable of self-reflection and all this other stuff. But at the shadow low frequency level, it's kind of like stuck inside the perimeters of its own programming, definition, its identification with something that is a lot smaller than itself. So it doesn't recognize its higher principle, nor does it obey it. Obedience being to oneself, to one's ideals, to one's values, to one's aspirations and dreams, not to some outside authority. I mean it in that sense. I'm not saying that obedience to outside authority is necessarily bad or good. I'm just saying that's not what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm talking about this inner sense of authority, of being, which then begins to lift the shadow state, and from indifference it goes to versatility, because versatility is really speaking to our capacity to just have a 360 degree, actually I don't know how many degrees are when you do the permutation to the sphere, you know, to look in all directions, including inwards, and to create pathways in all of those directions that are animated by our love, by our joy, by our creativity, by our service, you know? And that can be in so many different ways, hence versatile, you know? It's so there's no stiffness there. There's there's an invitation and a sense and a gift of flexibility and of opening of the horizons. And we're not just talking about the versatility of like Leonardo da Vinci, you know, the Renaissance man or woman. We're talking about the natural versatility of the human being. Think of all of the different things that we accomplish, that we achieve every day. You know, it covers it. It has a pretty amazing spectrum of what we can cover. And that versatility of creativity isn't necessarily resulting in things that are visible. It can be a versatility in our friendships, in our capacity to relate with one another, to hear when someone needs to express themselves and we're listening to them. The way that we treat each other. And then at the Siddhic level we have mastery. And again, it's not just the mastery of the Mozart or, you know, Einstein or a host of any of the other exquisite masters that we can think of that have produced timeless art or science or other creations, architects, you know, and whatever it is, chocolate chip cookies, you know, on this the Cookie Monster. I'm getting a little goofy. He's a bit of a master, right? Sesame Street, the Muppets. Oh, exquisite creations. So it's really within our grasp. That's not even the right expression. It's within us. It's within each and every one of us, our own personal brand of mastery. That is basically just the floodgates of the heart being open, and whatever expression comes out is that, and is going to transmit that, is going to gift it to the world. And it doesn't. When I say that, it doesn't have to be like to a whole lot of people. It can be just to a few. It's not the quantity; it's the quality that counts. And going back to the shadow state, there is no quality in indifference. Indifference doesn't feel. Indifference imprisons and perpetuates suffering and pain and injustice. It kills humanity. It kills the human spirit. And so wherever indifference exists, we have an opportunity and an invitation, and starting in ourselves, to not be indifferent towards it, to see it, and to recognize that there's a fear underneath that has insensitized our being. And from there, any step we take is that is the recognition of that, that's in accordance with our heart, is basically going to cause that separation to dissolve. And so I invite you to the I am process with this, because it's the I am within you, within me, that really shows up, and that we call, what I have in my heart, my soul, what I truly desire, my dreams. This is all of the beautiful energy that you feel when you contemplate, evoke these things, is the energy of the incommensurable I am. And when you allow the suspended head top just to very tip of the head to rise to heaven. You feel immediately the back of the neck gently stretching, and then immediately you're going to breathe fuller, and you're immediately going to feel as well the coccyx and the root chakras just grounding and stretching gently your being, and it goes all the way to the soles of the feet. So we have this is our form. We have this vertical nature which we can extend beyond the tip of the head and the soles of the feet in infinitely in this vertical axis, and then this naturally opens us up laterally to the horizontal axis. And of course these are just metaphors. This geometry is a metaphor for something that is much more subtle than a simple line. It's a direction of consciousness, and it's an incarnation of consciousness. And as you do this, the cup, what I call the cup, which is the upper chakras, from the throat and basically the head part of our being, can really open up, and all of the mental faculties can basically pacify. And ouch, that hurts. She's needling me with her paws. The mental capacities yield the attention. The attention frees itself from the thoughts. There may still be thoughts, but the attention is no longer stuck to them. It is able to free itself and opens up into the vacuous emptiness, the fullness of the emptiness. Words, right? That is our true nature. That is like the sky, and then at the same time have the awareness, the attention present at the same time here in the heart, where the vertical and the horizontal axis meet, right here in the heart, where we connect with everything, where we can gently contemplate, hold things in our consciousness with love. That's the meaning of contemplation, really. That gentle connection with other and self, because there is no other. And then this naturally lower down below the solar plexus and below the lower chakras, all the way down to the root chakra is, and then we have the lower dantian, the belly button, where we were connected as an embryo, as a fetus, to our mom, and where we absorbed all of the energy and nutrition that we needed. This is where our energy is concentrated, and gives us the strength, the power, the fuel to be and to do in the world. To stand on our own 2 feet. And then to create whatever it is that we're creating, whatever it is. And so with this natural versatility of the human being is, like the hands, what we're capable of. And even if we're handicapped, maybe we don't have the use of all of our parts. As long as our consciousness is here and able to engage, we can accomplish incredible things. There's some incredible, amazing stories of people with outrageous limitations that have been able to really transcend those limitations and create so much beauty. So this is the theme for today with the 16th gene key, and it's so poignant in this particular historical period where we are seeing, thankfully, so many people rise out of indifference and say, no, this is wrong, talking about genocide in Gaza, for example, and not just that, but other areas as well of extreme need for love, for consciousness. Sri Aurobindo, the great Indian sage of the early 20th century, said, and this is something that is really profound, he said, nowhere more than in hell, no place more than in hell is there a greater need for love. And we have that love. So all that is required now is to just connect, and to respond, which is creating, right? Okay, thank you so much, and take best care, and yeah, feel free to leave any comments, and please like and subscribe and share as well this video if it has touched you and inspired you the way that it inspires me. And yes, thank you so much for your kind attention.